Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be speaking with you all about how you can speak more confidently, because as of lately I've been speaking with you guys how you can not only up-level your appearance but up-level the way that you hold yourself. And one of the things that I notice, especially online, especially amongst my content creator peers, is that often that they don't know how to speak, they don't know how to address the camera. And although that I think that some people are naturally a little bit more gifted at this than others, I definitely think that this is something that you can work on. Now, with saying all of that, I'm not just saying that this video is great for people who are content creators or influencers. I think I just see this play out a little bit more when it comes to content creators, and it got me thinking maybe I should do a video on this, because at the end of the day, content creators are real people too, and if they struggle with it and they're in front of the camera often, maybe some other people do as well. So if you are new here, hello, my name is Nicole. I'm a full-time beauty and fashion content creator, and I've been bringing you guys along a journey of mine to not only up-level my appearance, up-level my life, but also up-level the way that I position myself in the world. So with that, let's get into today's video. I'm going to give you a few tips and tricks if you are looking to speak a little bit more confidently and speak a little bit more elegantly. So if you are new to this channel, you may not have seen the glow up. Are you allowed to say that you've had a glow up about yourself? But if you go all the way back to 2014, some of my first videos, you're going to hear me talking very high. Like, my husband and I, sometimes like a video will start to play and I have to quickly just shut it off, because I'm like, why was I talking so incredibly high? So if you are looking to speak a little bit more confidently, be aware of your tone. That is the first thing that I will say that will help you leaps and bounds when it comes to wanting to speak a little bit more confidently. Understanding where your tone is at. I think if your voice is very high, people don't take you very seriously, so just be a little bit aware of that. And equally, I also look back at even some recent videos where I'm like, hey guys, welcome to my channel, and it's not just enthusiastic, but I am speaking very quickly. I feel like I'm talking at you instead of savoring each word or being intentional with each word. And I think if you can just tweak your tone and your speed, that is going to help you sound so much more confident when it comes to speaking in public or speaking online. Now, the next thing that I want to chat to you guys about is fiddling with your hair or fiddling with your earrings. Not only will you not seem as confident if you are fiddling with something, it also feels like you aren't as invested in the conversation or the words that you're speaking if you're constantly just fiddling with your hair, or if you're like, you know, you've got like a nervous twitch to you. Obviously, I know that there's some people who this is a challenge for them on a maybe emotional level or like mental level. I don't know if that's a politically correct way of saying that. However, I think if you are, again, this is something that I see with my content creator friends a lot, that they are often just so caught up with like looking at themselves as they're speaking into the camera that it just doesn't even feel like they're invested in a single word that they're saying to you, and they're more so invested in the way that they look. Do you see the difference in how I was speaking before? I'm still looking in the viewfinder, but I feel like I am a lot more engaged in the conversation with you instead of engaged with the way that I look. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about with you guys is that when you want to speak more confidently, often when you're speaking, it's not to a camera like this, and often when you're speaking, it's a two-way street. And I think you will feel so much more confident if you aren't thinking about, oh my gosh, I don't know what to say. Oh my gosh, like what did they just say? I heard this quote years ago, and I'm gonna totally not say it the way that it was intended, but it was basically saying how often people only listen to hear how they're gonna respond. They don't listen to hear what you're actually saying. And I find when this happens, people, because they're thinking about what they're gonna say next, because either they are just desperate to say something, or they are trying to one up or ensure that they look good in this situation, I find they actually don't take the time to process what the person is saying to them. And I think then when they end up responding, they end up rambling and they end up going off on a different topic that wasn't actually related to what the person was saying. And then therefore they end up trailing, and there comes a point where they realize that they trailed. And then equally, then you can see that that confidence just dims in the situation. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I see it all the time. That I think if you actually try to stay present in the conversation that you're having with somebody, that in turn allows you to speak a lot more confidently, because there's nothing wrong with when someone speaks to you, taking a second and like absorbing what they're saying and like then taking that second to respond. You don't need to have an answer like that. This isn't Jeopardy. It's not a game show. You're not rushing to hit a buzzer to give your answer. A conversation is something to be savored. It's something to be enjoyed. It's something to be heard. So if you want to speak more confidently, actually engage. Do engaged listening to what the person is saying, and I promise you your responses are going to be that much more impactful when you're actually saying something with substance. So piggybacking off of what I just said, when you say less, you actually say a lot more. And I'm someone who definitely used to talk a lot in my younger years, but as I got older, I started noticing when some people were just talking to hear their own voice, and that allowed me to be very hyper aware of when I was doing that myself. And I often, if I don't have anything to say, I don't say anything at all. There are many of moments where I am in a group of people, if it's at an influencer event or, you know, amongst my husband's friends, where I know that I definitely have nothing to contribute to the conversation, and therefore I don't. Some people probably think that I'm shy or that I'm quiet or reserved or maybe even a bit bitchy because I'm not contributing to the conversation, but I've definitely learned that you will do so much good for the conversation and for the way that you present yourself if you just refrain from speaking, if you have not only nothing nice to say, but nothing of substance to say. Don't speak just to hear the sound of your own voice. And last but not least, if you're looking to speak a lot more confidently, practice is perfect. And we live in a day and age where we have smartphones and we have video equipment and camera equipment. Practice makes perfect. If you can just take out your camera and record yourself, I promise you the first few bits are going to be cringy. You don't have to put it on the internet like I did, but I often find that I have become a lot better at things, not just speaking, but I've become a lot better at things if I've had to go back in and edit myself. So if you're somebody that is a tactile learner like myself, you might benefit from recording yourself and go through and edit that video. I mean, most Apple devices come with a free movie editing program to it. So if you are being serious about wanting to speak a little bit more confidently and elegantly, record yourself talking about a topic that you know inside out, and then go and edit that video. You'll start to pick up on little things that will allow you to be constructive with your criticism about yourself, and then you can hold yourself accountable in changing the way that you speak. I'm gonna give you one quick example before I end this video. One of the things that I noticed I did before was I used to say, hit that subscribe button and you'll be subscribed to the channel. But I started to hear and notice that saying hit that subscribe button doesn't sound very elegant. It doesn't even sound like no one would want to be hit. So I have been consciously trying to say, you know, press that subscribe button or refer to that subscribe button, or if you look down, you'll find that subscribe button and you can press on it and subscribe to my channel. I've only picked up on that after how many videos that I've edited? Tons. And you're gonna be able to pick up on tiny little things each time that if you do record yourself, you will be able to catch yourself in that moment. And there's so many little things like that that I am slowly but surely pivoting and carving and sculpting my speech that's allowing me to speak a little bit more confidently as well as elegantly, because I am editing my videos and I'm watching myself, because often when you're speaking you don't see what you actually look like. Anyways, my friends, that is it for this quick video. Did you enjoy it? Are you liking this type of content where I'm giving you a little bit more advice about life and practical things, or do you like more of my beauty styled content or my fashion styled content? Do let me know in the comment section, or you can simply let me know by pressing the like button and I can kind of gauge that way as well. Anyways, my friends, this is going to be one of your last chances to just press on that subscribe button and become a part of this little family. I would love if you did so, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.